Shamans, fuck shamans. So I haven't played very many other games besides like World of Warcraft, like MMORPG games. I've only played a few, but the ones that I have played and the ones that I know about, there isn't any class or anything that's even remotely close to what the Shaman in Warcraft is. So it was kind of like a gamble when Blizzard made it, and it turned out to be a good gamble because, well, they're the class that everyone wants to play, but no one has the patience for. I myself have started, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 Shamans, and I've never ever been able to get one up to level 20. And let's just face it, most people who play a Shaman started one for the simple Wind Fury, because they saw a video of some Shaman doing some crazy Wind Fury crits. And they said, you know what, I want to get in on that action. And then they decided, you know what, I want to be a priest and just heal. Well, when they get to level 70, that's what they decide to do. And by priest, I mean healer. No offense to the priests out there. But in all retrospect, let's just look at the Shaman. Okay, so they basically have a lot of spell categories. Let's just say they have totems, they have elemental shields, they have self-weapon buffs, they have shocks, they have healing spells, they have curing spells, excuse me, they have, not shock spells, they have lightning spells, like the lightning, chain lightning, whatever that shit is. They have their own personal soul stone, resurrect themselves every half hour or something, I don't know. They can transform into a ghost wolf. But there are a few things specifically, few spells that shamans have that I can't stand them. So let's start with Earthshock, that stupid fucking, okay, basically this is what Earthshock is. It's a 6 to 4 second cooldown of a instant cast damage dealing spell disrupt. How many other classes can say they do that? None. And now, let's look at their other shocks. Flame Shock is the damage over time, they can do that. Let's see, they got Frost Shock, which is like their most damage dealing shock. That also slows people down for like 6 seconds. Then they don't have Wind Shock. That'd be gay if they did though. It'd be like a fucking Druid Cyclone or something. That'd be horrible. It'd be like an instant cast, incapacitate, damage dealing thing that probably like dispels effects or something like that too while they're at it. Let's just throw more shit on there. See how much stuff we can put on there. Oh, and they have that astral recall thing. It's like, why even need a Hearthstone? You can just astral recall yourself around. Let me just say that about 5 months ago when I was playing Warcraft, shamans were the things that I hated the most. I could not stand shamans. Like, the second I saw a shaman, I would just be like, oh, time for me to roll over and die. To me, they were like the devil. Which isn't the case nowadays since I've leveled up a mage. And most people are like, well, mages get raped by shamans. And that's not true. Well, it's true if you don't know what you're doing, but I slightly know what I'm doing, so I don't get raped that bad. But here's the thing that still even persists ever since I saw it, is that the thing that I hate about shamans the most, which just so happens to be that earth shield thing. It like prevents them from losing cast time, and it heals them whenever they take damage. And I think it even stacks with, like, plus healing. Doesn't it? Like, what the hell? And I'm just going over this big, huge, long paragraph that I typed out while I was in the shaman-hating mood. I typed out a very long paragraph that was kind of World of Roguecraft style, if you've ever seen one of those. It was like, warlocks are like, oh, rogues are so overpowered, and rogues are all like, no, we're not. And then just the warlocks are like, hey, yeah, you are, for like an hour. I kind of wrote it in that style, and let me read a part of it. Well, shamans can dual wield two-handed weapons, use a shield, have magic shields that hurt attackers, are able to coat weapons with elemental bonuses, place totems that dramatically increase stats, remove beneficial effects on their target. They have a 6-second cooldown spell interrupt that can also do damage. They can slow their opponents, they can fucking heal. They can now use summons. Yeah, that's right, they can summon those big, huge elementals now. They can turn to a ghost wolf, and, you know, it just goes on forever. Oh, and you know that, that last talent in the Paladin protection tree? It's like, Shield of Avenging Wrath or something like that. I can't even remember. But it's supposed to be like a ripoff of Chain Lightning, but it dazes your opponent as opposed to just doing massive amounts of burst damage to it. Let me just read a part of my little paragraph. What about Chain Lightning? That's a normal Shaman spell that you can spam constantly and pull off 2k crits with most of the time. The only thing Paladins get that are even close to that is Avenger's Shield, that's what it's called. And even then it's a final talent in a tree that most Paladins don't go in, and even then it's a 30-second cooldown and you have to be in Hunter range to use it. Well, not anymore. And where is dazing 3 enemies useful? Or Sun Gulch? Most classes can get out of a daze, and it does minuscule damage compared to Chain Lightning, which you can spam. I remember going prop for a while. I never hit crits bigger than 900 with Avenger's Shield. And here's the gimping part about it. It's a cast attack, which Pallies weren't originally designed to do. So you can daze your opponents from a range. You still have to run right up to them to attack anyways. And I stand by that right to this day. Avenger's Shield is fucking useless. And, okay, let's just look at this rationally. Would you rather have a buff that gives you 40 mana every 5 seconds? Or would you rather have a totem which people actually have to target and attack to get rid of instead of just target and purge to get rid of? Most people don't even go for totems anyway, if you think about it. Would you rather have the buff that can be purged or the totem that most people won't ever go for? That gives you like 80 intellect or like 100 spell damage. I'd rather have the 100 spell damage. Oh, and listen to this part. Shamans can't stun. Well, why would they need to? They can attack 30 times a second. The only bad thing that I can say about Shamans, besides the fact that they're like easy as hell because they have low health, but the only thing I can say about them that's bad is they can't wear plate, but they wouldn't really need to since they can use shields and wear next best thing. So basically, kids, the message that I'm trying to get through to you is when you see a shaman, run like a fuck. I could probably go on all night about this, but I want to try and get to sleep because it's really late, and if you can't tell, I'm tired as hell. So, number 6. What's number 6 gonna be? I don't know. Alright, number 6, it's not going to be a, what the hell was that? It's not going to be a spell. It's not going to be a spell. But it is going to be close. It's going to be a category of spells, which Blizzard has tried again and again in vain to rectify, or fix. Bye.